All right. So then Anna, do you have the slides you want me to
I do.
share?
No, not a problem. I can share. And I have them up and ready to go.
Okay. Oh, I might have to give you permission.
No, I think I got it.
Good.
There we go.
Excellent. Okay.
All right. So if anyone's unfamiliar with what we're looking at, first of all, let's go to touchstonecrystal.com. It is live and ready for you and your customers to shop. So again, if you're unfamiliar, this is at the very bottom, and it's going to be on the very bottom of any page that you're on. So whether you're shopping or on the home page, you're just going to scroll down to the very bottom, and there you will find our brand partner login button. And so that's where you're going to start your journey. From there, because we're assuming that it's your first time logging in, right? If you're on this call, you're learning with us. So we have your account set up with your email address that was associated with your previous account. So whatever email address you used at Touchstone previously is still your email address that you're going to use to log in, and it will be your username. But as you enter for the very first time, you are going to click Forgot Your Password so that you can reset it. Now, with this test email, I don't have access to actually show you what that process looks like, but it is very straightforward. You'll click Forgot Your Password, it'll send you an email with a link. You click that link, reset your password, and then you end up back at this login page. So it should be very easy to follow through. And then once you're here, that password that you just reset, you'll enter along with that same email address, which will bring you to your back office portal. So you'll notice that this area in the background here is grayed out. That is because we do require that you accept our terms and conditions before you move forward. So all you have to do to accept is click this little box here and select agree. You won't be able to move forward with anything until you agree to this pop-up. From there, you are in. Now, we have some clearly outlined steps, 1, 2, and 3, that we're asking you to follow to finish the setup with your account. Now, I want to be clear, this is for you guys as we transition over. Your new enrollments that join will not have to follow these steps. They'll join from the website, and these steps will be accomplished in that join process, and it's very straightforward and simple to follow. So this is only for you as we transition you over to our new system. So we appreciate your help with getting us all set up. So we'll start with step one. And this is a screenshot, right? But on the actual site, this whole box here is clickable. So you can really click anywhere on step one, and we also have some specific links if that feels easier. So starting with step one, we're going to set up your monthly website fee, which is required in order to remain active as a brand partner. So you're going to follow these instructions. They're all laid out here in case, you forget, don't want to come back to this video, but we'll follow through all of these together. So once you click on step one, we arrive at the monthly subscription fee. Now, this is actually split into two. So we have the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen. You're going to see the left side first. It's where you're going to shop in your back office, but specifically right now, we're looking to purchase the monthly subscription fee. So you're going to select more info on this specific item. And again, when you click the previous link, it's going to bring you right to this item. You don't have to go through the whole menu. Once we click on more info, you'll see more info about your subscription, a little bit of a breakdown of more information, and you'll see this add subscription button on the right-hand side. We're going to click that to proceed. Once you're on this page, as you scroll down, you'll see that you have to accept that legal agreement again. It is the same as the pop-up in the beginning. We just want to make sure that you don't miss it. So we did include it twice. Don't worry, it is exactly the same. So we're going to ask that you check the box one more time. And then we're going to ask you to add a payment method. Now, this payment method is going to be the one that's kept on file for your ongoing monthly subscription. So because you don't have a card on file already, we're asking you to add a new one. And then you'll see in the next step, we're going to ask you to select it as the one for your subscription. So first, let's add a new credit card. And you'll enter in all your information. Randall was so generous as to give us his card for our subscription. I did block out the information. So once you have the subscription, or I'm sorry, once you have your card entered, you'll see the information listed. And then you'll see there's a button that says click to select. Now notice at the top it's gray and at the bottom it's green. That's the difference when you have selected it. So you'll know once it's selected and you're ready to move forward to the next step. If you try to move forward to the next step without selecting, it will give you a pop-up that says no card was selected, and you'll have to go back and click this button. Now, once you click that button, it's not super intuitive that you have to scroll back up. So I want to make it a point to say the next step, that save subscription button, is back above the legal agreement. So you do have to scroll back up in order to move forward. And then you're going to select save subscription. And then you're all set on this step. Your subscription is set up. You can review it and you'll be able to manage it under My Orders. There will be a tab labeled My Subscription. And so you can change your card, edit your subscription, but from here, you are all set up for step 2. So to return to the homepage, you're going to select the logo in the top left corner and just click it and it'll bring you right back home. And so now we're ready for step 2. So step 2 is setting up your payout method. So not your payment method, your payout method. So this is how you're going to receive your commission, which I'm assuming we want to do. So we have something on our side called SkyWallet. And SkyWallet is essentially the middleman between our processing system and your bank account. So what we do is we process your commissions into your SkyWallet, and then we prompt your SkyWallet to send those funds into whatever method that you set up. So without setting up a method, it will just stay in your SkyWallet. Now, I do want to be mindful that the SkyWallet can contribute to a lot of different areas. So we have in our SkyWallet, we have gift cards, we have coupons, we have cash. You can leave cash inside. But once it's in your SkyWallet, only we can prompt it on our end based on your setup to go into your back office or to your bank account. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. But I know this is a lot of information. So I do want to say if you have more questions and want to learn a little bit more about SkyWallet before you proceed with setup, we do have a link here specifically to learn more about this process. But for now, we're going to try and keep it simple and we're going to go set up your payout method. So I'm going to click again anywhere on step 2 or click here to go set up. From here, it's pretty straightforward. The only button on this page is Add Payout Method, so we're going to select it. And then we see this screen, and there's 3 sections that I want to take one by one. The first is selecting the payment method type. This will be in the form of a drop-down menu, but don't fear, there's only one option. So you're just going to have to select that one option. It's very straightforward. Then you'll name this method. This is just for you. You can set up multiple payment method or payout methods, meaning you could have multiple bank accounts on file and decide where you want to send it. But for the sake of ease, I've just named it My Bank. You can name it whatever you'd like, whether it's my checking account, my savings account, whatever makes sense to you. And then of course, you're going to want to check to make it active. Now this section 2 here is what I was talking about with keeping cash in your SkyWallet. This is a feature that's a little bit more advanced. You can keep cash from your commissions in your SkyWallet to pay for things like orders, business supplies, even your monthly subscription fee. But keep in mind that when you select to keep cash in your SkyWallet, you're not able to prompt it on your own to go to the bank account. So once it's in your SkyWallet, it kind of stays there until you use it within our system. So because this is a little bit more advanced, right now we're recommending that you just leave it blank. You don't have to touch this section at all. And then section 3, of course, is your actual banking information. I've entered Wells Fargo just as an example. You might have Citibank or another type of banking. You're just going to enter that title here. And then, of course, your routing number you'll enter twice, and your account number you'll also enter twice. And these will have to match in order to proceed. Then you'll hit save. And your payment payout method is ready. So that's step 2. You'll click the logo on the top left corner once more to go back to the home page. And then we'll start step 3. Again, all of these details are listed here in case you forget, but with step 3, we're setting up our public profile. So this is when you go to touchstonecrystal.com, you do have a public profile page where people can see a little bit about you. Now, I want to make sure that everybody keeps in mind that it is public. So even though there are fields to fill out your phone number or your address, we highly recommend not putting any sensitive information on the public website. So you are welcome to leave fields blank as you see fit. So we're going to click on step 3. And here again, I have a split screen. So this is what the form looks like, and this is an example of what it'll look like once it's on the website. So keep in mind for name, the system will automatically pull your name from your account. So you can leave this area blank and it will show your name based on how you entered it at join, right? So if you have your legal name on file, you might want to leave it just as that. That will look like Touchstone Corp. That's where this name and surname is pulling from, but it's also just the name that's on the account. I didn't enter anything.
Anna,
Display,
can I ask you a question here? Sorry, because this
yeah,
has been coming up a lot specifically here when they are getting their name and then they go look at their page, it's saying their name twice. Is there
right.
something that they're doing, here that would fix that?
Yes, you don't need to enter it again. So if your name is already appearing like you want it to appear to your customers, you do not need to enter it here. This is especially for people who might have a nickname or a business name. So if my business name is Little Black Dress, I might have my name will show up automatically. So it will say Anna Pinzolo. And then if I want a display name, I can add it here, Little Black Dress, and that's where display name will appear. So if you're adding your name again, it's not necessary. It's already on your account. So if you have a nickname, maybe your name is Samantha, your name will appear as Samantha, but you can put Sammy in the display name so people know what to call you. Does that make
So
sense?
yes, it does. And so if they see their name twice, they can go back in and edit this, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So once again, under contact information here, I'm going to suggest that we leave this area blank unless you have a physical business location that you'd like to add. We're going to skip over this area. I do show here what it will look like. This is our business address, but again, please don't enter your sensitive information. This will appear publicly. But what I do want you to fill out is this profile information. This is the most important section. Here you can add your own website if you have a portfolio, a landing page, or anything that says more about you on the web. And you can also add your own personal Facebook. And if you have other social media links that you'd like to include, you can add them in the profile message. The profile message can be as custom as you want it to be. It should just be a warm, nice message about you, maybe a testimonial about your favorite products or your favorite experience of being a brand partner. But this whole section is just for your customers to really get to know who you are. And of course, add a profile image, which will appear on the side here so people can see your warm, smiling faces.
And that profile message that's down there, that kind of talks about yourself. That's what you're saying, right? That's just kind of here I am, here's who I am. So some of the questions in chat are about, can I have a profile like I did before? Absolutely. Here is where you enter it and write what you want your customers to see about you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So once you have all of these forms filled out the way you'd like them and they're appearing the way you'd like them on the back end, you're going to click Save Changes. And once again, you can click the logo in the top to return home. So those are the important steps that we ask you to take. And from here, we encourage you to explore. There's a lot to see. So there is a scrolling arrow here in case you want to see more resources. We do have your Telegram, your Facebook group, all of that linked here. But we also have your profile, your orders, your team. Now, I do want to make sure that we announce that some of these forms are still populating. So
Mhm.
as you go through and you see some of this information, if anything causes you panic, please don't let it. It's still being loaded in. We have a massive amount of data that's coming in, and so you'll continue to see it update and improve throughout the week and month ahead. So don't panic, just get familiar with where things are for now.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. So, I've had this, I just going to ask you because I'm not sure a lot of people are asking, can we add a place for Instagram where the Facebook is? Is that a possibility?
I can certainly find out.
Okay,
But
perfect.
in the meantime, you can add your Instagram directly here, even as a hyperlink. So if you want to type in Instagram, and then in these three dots, there should be a space for a hyperlink, and you can add that there.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through. Should we only submit the scavenger hunt form once when we're all finished? Dawn, that's a question for you.
Yes, you only need to complete it once when you are all finished at the end. Just
Yeah,
needs to be completed by the end of the month, by May 31st.
perfect. Business builders, they will be up today, and so will catalog. So those will be available for you to order. So just like Anna said, I'm just going to reiterate this. Every day, all day, different things are going to start opening up for you. So be patient with there, but it is coming today. Cynthia's there, Takara family page. No, it's the Touchstone family page, and that encompasses everything. So we are keeping that same family page. Let's see. Yeah, so I know some of you are having issues. There was a little glitch with the Social Security number, and that has already been talked about in our early morning meeting, and they are on it. So please stay tuned for that. When will customer login work for customers?
It should be working now.
Mhm.
If they already had an account, they should probably go through the same process of resetting their password.
Okay. If they do most of their work from their phone versus a computer, is there anything that they should know specifically to help them?
I think the login is exactly the same, and they have all of the same options on mobile. It'll just look a little bit different, but they'll find everything in exactly the same place.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm confused. Last week we had several pieces out of stock and not being replenished. However, these pieces are available. So, and we talked about this on the family call, but I want to reiterate it because I think this is important. We had, for the last few weeks, we had two distribution centers. One
Mhm.
was Touchstone at Swarovski, and one is our brand new distribution center. So all of the out of stock, low stock was coming from the Swarovski distribution center because these items were being moved over to the new distribution center. As of probably today, 100% of all the items will be over at the new distribution center. So that's why you're seeing them be replenished, because now they're in what we call pick locations, which are on shelves so we can fulfill orders. So, Bethany, that is, so anybody that had that concern, that's why you're seeing that. But now it should be all good because it's all at our new distribution center. Okay, let's see. What else do I see? Um,
I
being
see. Do
charged tax on our subscription fee.
you want me to take that one?
Sure.
Okay. Or go ahead. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So yes, so this is something that is new, being charged with tax for the subscription fee. I know in the past with Touchstone, that there was no tax. This is a taxable item. So when we plug this in order for us not to get fined or for the IRS to come after us, it's dependent on state. So some states have zero tax on this type of a service, and but most do have a state tax. So it's very dependent on state. It's anywhere from about 0 to 8 or 9% is what that is. And so yes, that will have a tax associated with it for most of you.
Yes. And
Very
that was
nominal,
a
but
lot
that
of
is
those,
something that you'll see now
yeah.
from this
And a
point.
lot of services like that didn't used to be taxed is now. So it's like it's a new thing
Correct.
that states are implementing. Yep.
Can I address a question that I keep seeing come
Yeah.
up?
Yes, please.
This is about customer accounts. So I see a lot of questions coming in. Our customers never had accounts. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't address that properly. So your customers didn't have actual accounts that they could log into, but they still had customer records if they placed an order with their email. And so we are working on porting over all of those customer emails and making accounts for them in the back end. So I think it's been addressed before that we've told you that they are going to be associated with the advisor, I'm sorry, the brand partner.
Mm.
I've still got to get used to that. The brand partner that they last placed an order with. So in case you don't see them pop up right away, that might be one reason why. The other reason is because, again, there's so much data that we're working through that I believe customers are still being ported in. My understanding is that they're in the system, but it's still working through assigning them to the correct brand partner. So they should be able to log in. Their account is there, but they may not be specifically assigned with you. So the best way is still to give them your specific URL to shop. But as they log in, or to go place their order, the system might tell them that they already have an account. And that's because their email address is recognized. So again, they're going to follow the same steps as you did, except they're going to use the customer login button at the top and select forgot password. And it'll be the same process. They'll receive an email that has a link, they'll reset their password, and now they have their customer portal and they can go back and finish their checkout.
Perfect.
It will be very nice for your customers too, because now everything will be saved. So, I do know that for many of your customers, you handle everything for them. So you've always entered orders, which is great, and continue to do that. That won't change that at all. But they will be able to have access to do that in the future, and it will, and starting now and in the future, and they'll be able to see all their records and their history, which will be wonderful.
It will be really exciting because, and yes, they can order from as many, brand partners as they'd
Exactly.
like to. It's just for that initial porting over. So, but yes, they'll have a customer account, and think about that. All your stored information, like when we shop online and we can just be like, boom, right? And it just goes. I just love that. So we'll have that. The other thing, let's see. Yeah. Oh, if your customers had your website bookmarked, it's going to be the same URL as long as you didn't change your URL, right? So that should be just fine.
I
Um,
did see a question, it's somewhere in here, but around QR codes. Because the URL didn't change for you, assuming you kept that it's the same when you logged in, it should work. But you can test that out yourself as well, or
yeah.
test it
And we
out with each
also
other.
we also provide QR codes for you. So in
Mhm.
your back office under profile, the same place you're going to find your replicated site link, there's a QR code right there that you can copy.
Yes. I do see a couple of questions about downline stuff. So here's what I'm going to say is what and I sent an email out last week, but what I want to explain is the our career plan that we saw on last week's calls is not fully integrated in the system yet. So what they had to do is import all of the genealogy, then go back with the career plan, and then genealogy will sort itself out. So if you're seeing, I mean, obviously that, so when you're looking at genealogy, none of that actually has anything to do with us today. So just kind of leave that alone for a few days until that catches up. Okay, so then that should fix the questions on the genealogy.
And a
Um,
lot of things will say, like you just said, it'll say something like Pearl or something that doesn't even
sure.
apply
Yeah.
and has never applied.
Right.
And
Yes.
that is all getting fixed.
Yes. 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 Let's see.
I see one here on Sky Wallet, and I saw this a couple of times. And I saw this yesterday as when Anna was doing the walkthrough as well. When you go through and you're entering in everything and you get to the Sky Wallet part to what do you want to put in there, you do have to put something. So someone said that they were able to enter zero and then navigate past. I saw some people that put in like $20 or $50. That's completely up to you. But if you, to navigate past that, you do have to enter something. So you can enter zero. And if you want to edit that, you can go into profile, payout methods, and then when you click edit, there's a little edit button that you can scroll down to that same section and edit the amount to what you'd prefer it to be.
Excellent. Okay. How do we tell when someone's opt-in since the old downline ported? Okay. So we will be providing your SDs with a list of who has opted in, and so that they can help you all with that. It won't be done on a daily basis, but we'll probably do it on a weekly basis, I would say, right, Dawn? Maybe weekly, bi-weekly. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe even more frequently, but yes,
Yes.
at least
Yep.
that.
I didn't put in any amount for the Sky Wallet, but it seemed to work. I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
that works. Like I
Probably a
said,
good thing.
a lot of people, some people had to enter zero and were able to navigate past, and some could leave it blank. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. When will the scavenger hunt discounts be received? I'm assuming when the scavenger hunt is over, correct, Dawn, at the end of the month?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I was actually messaging someone to answer their question. I was multitasking.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
So we are giving everyone through the end of May to complete the scavenger hunt, and rewards will be sent in June.
Yes, perfect. Debbie, if you have a customer order now, the customer can go in and order, you can go in and order for her. As far as party orders, that's coming, tomorrow.
Uh, well, we are planning to talk about parties tomorrow. So yes, we will give an update. I think by the end of the day is what we're looking
Yeah,
at, giving an update on where we are on parties. It all has to do with the ginormous amount of data that's coming over, and we're
yeah,
getting everything configured perfectly. Now, I will say this, and this is, please do not be trying to find any like workarounds or back ways to get into parties. Um, there was a few that did find some little back ways in. So it's needless to say, please don't. We will give you an update by I know I see laughing emojis. Yes. I have to
How?
give everyone credit. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? But I promise we will give you an update by the end of the day. We are planning to do parties training tomorrow during this training tomorrow. So we're on it. We are ready, and we want you to be able to enter your parties just as much as I'm sure you do.
Betsy
absolutely. And
Bishop says we're that good. I'm so impressed.
You are
yeah,
that good.
now the parties you entered have no host credits. That's why you don't want to do
Yeah,
that. So
you don't
that's
want to
the
do
part
that.
that's still
Mm.
Uh-huh.
getting ported in. So you want to make sure you don't do that. Okay, scavenger hunt is on the family Facebook page. Um, how can you order Puralta samples and the card? Okay, so Patricia, on Friday, consultants will be able to get products, Puralta products for 50% off. These samples will actually be fully on board the last week of the month.
Mhm.
So we've got thousands of samples coming in, thousands and thousands to make everybody happy. What we realized is you guys bought so many samples last month that it depleted the system, and we didn't want to open it and you guys be like, hey, they were there for a day and now they're gone. So we will have thousands coming in at the end of the month, more than enough to supply everyone, and that's when we will open them. Um, uh,
Going back to SkyWallet, I see this question. I don't know if we did address it. You don't have to use the SkyWallet. You don't have to put funds into the SkyWallet. You
Right.
can just use that as the middleman that's going from collecting your commissions and then sending it directly to your bank.
yes.
You do
Exactly. And
not
in
have to
fact,
keep
for now,
anything in there.
someone just asked me if I use Puralta. I sure do. Um, but in fact, with SkyWallet, we recommend that for now you don't include anything in there until you get more familiar with the system and really understand how it all works.
I like that you call it like, and for advanced. When you're at the advanced
Right.
understanding SkyWallet, now enter something in there.
This
Yes.
is just the beginning. We're just getting you set up. You're gonna have so many more features than you've ever seen before, and we don't want to overwhelm you.
That's right.
I see this question. What does SD mean? SD is your senior director leader. That's in your upline. Okay. Like
Let's see. I have to check all the steps have been followed.
okay. I keep seeing a lot of the same questions, so I'm
Yeah. Um,
okay. I need to set up an online fundraiser for Friday. We are Tracy. Oh, look, Tracy, I keep looking at yours. Your name just must come across. Tracy Abate. Yes. Okay. We just spoke about that, but we are definitely working on getting the parties up and running. Uh, okay, I see someone that was able to find a workaround. So will the party I entered work, or should I cancel it? We are working on a workaround for that to try to get the host rewards to work for you. But if you don't have any orders in it, I think it would be best to reset it up when the parties are actually available. I just don't know what information came over yet. That's the big part that's taking quite a bit of time
yeah.
to migrate all of the information in.
Yes. Last chance should be within the next 24 hours or so. The business builders, there will be a couple more items. I think there's 2 items missing, and those will be updated. So hang on for those. Let's see.
We'll add the scavenger hunt and resources too in the back office. We'll add that in there. Because I'm seeing a couple people that are saying I can't find it on the family page, so we'll add it in resources.
Yes.
I see two that I can answer if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
So one is about the product categories, the sale and last chance. Those will be coming back, and the products that you're familiar with are already on the site. They just didn't come over tagged with those product display categories, they're called. So we have them in our back end. We're slowly populating things in a little bit manually, just because your old system doesn't work the same way as our system. So it was tagged, but not quite in the way that our system recognizes. So it's a little bit of a manual process. So they will come back. Just give us a little bit of time to work through those items.
Yes.
And then the other one, the zip code. So this is something I'm working through with our tech. Essentially, what's happening is when you put in your shipping address, we have a system on our back end that validates that shipping address, and that's for tax purposes. And it does require those last four digits, but when you validate it in the shipping section, it provides those last four digits for you. So it should show up automatically. Now, once you get to billing, it doesn't do that same automatic addition, but what you can do, there's a big button across the top in billing that says copy shipping address. So if your billing address is exactly the same as your shipping address, you can click that button and it'll autofill it for you with those last four digits in there. And then you can move forward with no problem. So that's the easiest way to get through it. You can also scroll up a little bit and look at what your shipping address was when it was validated, and it'll give you that last four to plug in the billing.
All right, let's see. Betsy, like I just stated, the business builders, two of them are missing and they will be coming shortly, so hang tight. Let's see. Wait, how many credit cards can we put in on each order?
Oh, like split. Are you talking about splitting payments? You want to split
It
pay?
sounds like that would be the question.
I'm go.
I don't know that I've gotten that question before.
I don't think. I think
Like
that on the
splitting,
site
like
it's
splitting.
one. I think it's just like there's just one payment off option with a credit card. One credit card can be used.
So we'll look at that tomorrow when we
We'll
go in
ask.
more into
Yeah.
parties, because sometimes, just so you know, Anna, like they'll say to their customer, I'll pay shipping for you. And
Sure.
so they'll want to take that $9 and they'll pay that on their card, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That makes perfect sense. I do know that you can use a split payment with if you have a coupon or a gift
Gift
card.
card, right.
That absolutely works. I've just never looked into the split card, so I'm sure we probably have that feature. I will see what we can find out for you.
Perfect. There we go. And Rosie, yes, we did say you could put multiple credit cards to save, and that's on your consultant side. So that's definitely in there. I know that. Or we have customers that want to hide some of their orders. Right? I get that.
I understand that completely.
Let's see.
Well,
When will Afterpay show up?
I know we're actively working on it. So this, I don't want to get too into the weeds of the technical process. It all had to do with getting ownership of the DNS, which is that domain. So now that it's officially under our ownership, it should be smooth sailing from here. So it's coming quickly.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, I see a lot of these are now all duplicate questions. And so what I would say is, again, today's main focus, opting in, right? And getting a little familiar with what is back there. We will have a call tomorrow that is more on parties, getting them set up, getting them, getting your orders entered and all of that good stuff. I will take this recording and put it on the family Facebook page if you need it. We are taking all of the questions and we are doing an FAQ. You got all the FAQs in your email that were kind of previous. We're doing a post FAQ. And so we will make sure that you have those. But thank you, Anna, for jumping on with us. We very, very much appreciate you. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, Dawn. We'll see you guys in a little while. Bye.
Bye.